Welcome to the Cool Energy Shows. Jay Honey here.
Talal, what's up, y'all?
Mistress Beats in the building.
Cue Sports Guru.
Hey, and Shelby Raw checking in. She's at home, y'all. Hey, Shelby.
What up, sis?
What up,
Shell?
Hey, y'all missed y'all, yo.
Yeah. Welcome back, Talal. Talal wasn't here last week, so, we had to step it up in his without his presence
whatever.
and stuff. Because he's such a strong part of the show that we really missed him. But he's back now. So this week, y'all, we got a lot of hot topics really jumping off. Also, we're going to have a special guest that's going to stop by in the studio today. Frankie Jones, the local filmmaker, writer, director of the movie Child Support, which we had the privilege of seeing this week on Tuesday, the opening premiere event at the Senator Theater.
Fancy.
Yeah, fancy.
I saw y'all dressed up looking nice.
Well, red carpet, I tried to clean up a little bit.
Energy, we have to.
So he's at a casting call right now for his next movie project, but he will be in. He'll be stopping in to discuss his projects and what everything he's doing. A local guy coming up, making movies, doing something positive. So we got to support that.
Doing it big.
Also, we'll be, discussing Robin Williams, the Michael Brown incident and everything that's going on with that in Ferguson, Missouri. And we got some entertainment stuff. Sisterhood of Hip Hop premiere, which I was looking forward to. It premiered this week. Tuesday that just went by.
Love and Hip Hop is still on and he needs to cut it.
I know, it's still going on. They dragging this thing out.
They got like a 30 show.
It's still going on. The same thing's going on, but hey, we can't hate on that. They keeping it moving.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and kick this off. We lost a comedic legend recently.
Yeah.
It was what day was it, Tris?
It was August the 11th.
August the 11th. Robin Williams apparently committed suicide. He was 63 years old. He had a wife and children, 3 children. And like I said, he was a comedy legend.
Yeah.
I mean, What
was your favorite Robin Williams movie?
Oh my God!
Mine has to be Show.
I never seen that.
You never saw Morgan Mindy?
I never seen it.
Oh, the show, Morgan Mindy. Yeah, that was it.
I never seen
With the suspenders and rainbow suspenders?
You gotta check it out on YouTube. You gotta check it out.
Well, it was like you might have to catch it like in reruns. Like, 'cause I caught it in reruns as a kid.
Yeah, me too. Of course I did too.
Not to tell our age and nothing like that.
I was hooked. Miss Doubtfire and Jumanji.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say Miss Doubtfire and Jumanji.
And it's so funny because I still remember like the little rhymes in Jumanji.
Wow.
One little bite can make you itch, make you sneeze, make you twitch.
That was your early rhyming? That was your early rap career?
Yeah. Shady.
No, it wasn't meant to be. But I mean, he brought so much joy and laughter to so many others. He was the voice in Aladdin, the genie.
Oh, yeah.
Come on,
don't forget Goodwill Hunting was a good movie.
Okay, yeah.
And he also was a serious actor. He had another movie with Robert De Niro, Awakenings.
Right, I didn't.
Oh my goodness, it was so good. It was
Netflix.
It's definitely Netflix worthy. It's a tearjerker. I'm not going to get too much into that, but he was also an accomplished actor in addition to a comedian. He was doing Broadway currently or at the time of his death.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show that sometimes, you have fame and stardom and legendary status, and sometimes you're just not happy in life.
Now, is it confirmed? Because I did hear he was looking for roles and he wasn't able to get work at this present time, and he was depressed.
Well, he had one show that was on. I can't remember.
Yeah, but it got canceled.
It got canceled
the first day.
They said he started drinking again.
Yeah.
Going back to drugs and whatever
Jeez.
else.
Yeah, that was he was coming back, I guess, to TV, and he also the actress that was with in Morgan Mindy with him. The name of the show was slipping my mind, but she was also in that same show, the new show that he was in.
Oh, nice.
So it was like them reuniting. So that was a kind of cool aspect to that show. But unfortunately, it didn't continue.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Q had an interesting conversation over the weekend about in terms of suicide and things of that nature. Like what could push somebody that seems to have it all to that that extreme?
Yeah.
And it's just. I mean, me personally, I said myself that, I mean, I couldn't do it because I'm the type of person, me and Q had this conversation, so he knows what I'm getting at. I'm the type of person that if something bad happens, as long as I'm not dead, like I can come back. Like if I'm still alive, I can come back from it.
That's a good way of thinking.
Like, and it's, I mean,
but everybody don't think like
they
that.
They don't.
And that's the conversation I had with her.
You know what? Because y'all also have something to live for. Children.
True.
You know what I mean?
Each other,
and y'all noticed that. He probably was like, yo.
He had kids too.
Yeah,
on my end, I was on the other side of it. I told her that, and anybody who I spoke with, that I'm not surprised, something like that happened. I'm actually more surprised about other people being surprised that something like this can happen.
Yeah.
I don't think money and fame and all that type of stuff will make you above being a human being. And human beings have feelings, and I feel like you can be going through certain things, and it don't take much, to kill yourself.
Yeah.
It only take a short period of time. So if you're upset and really angry or down about something, and you by yourself, and it's the right environment, and certain things are around you where so you can take your own life, it can happen. If the things wasn't around him at a certain time, or he heard an encouraging word or something like that from somebody, is a chance that he'll probably be still alive. Yeah. Besides himself, he's dead now, but I'm sure if he had a chance to think like, oh man, if he had 5 minutes later to think, like, he probably like, you know what? Nah, I ain't gonna do this. But
a lot of people, before they do it, they always think about it though. I mean, in his case, they said he slit his wrist and he wasn't able to kill himself. And then he was trying different things.
Right. Oh yeah, he took different
time.
He took different time. Right. He took different things. Like some people would just jump off the
bridge or something like
that. Or the bridge, or they'll take 25 pills. You know what I mean?
Right. I don't know. I always find that kind of crazy too. Like if
you want to kill yourself, you're gonna kill yourself.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand the attempt to kill yourself. Just if you want to kill yourself, it seems like you can just do it. I don't. It makes it seem like it's kind of fake.
Yeah, you might be calling out for help. A lot of times they say people are going through
exactly what I'm about to say.
Like the depression and things like that. First they'll call out for help in certain ways like that. I was thinking about taking some pills. You know, that's the first cry. When people start acting differently and things like that. Like one of his friends went on a bike ride with him and noticed that he was acting different. To the point where he talked to his manager about trying to get him some help, but it's a tricky situation because you can't force anyone who is depressed to go get help. Like, hey, you're depressed, you're really scaring us, maybe you need some help. And he might say, well, maybe I do. That's it. I mean, how do you make?
And he's not really going.
And that's why you can't be scared. Like black people, white people, everybody shouldn't be scared of getting help or talking to a therapist.
I agree.
Because like even the shrinks have shrinks. You know what I'm saying? They really do. So
I agree.
So take that time and get yourself together.
And don't ignore it either. Like a lot of people know that people have mental health issues, and a lot of people, especially in our community, don't want to consider anybody like crazy or something. You know what I'm saying? Like
they'll say something like, "You need to go to church."
Oh yeah, that's
the
fix all.
Talk to Jesus.
The fix all right
Give it to God.
I'm not saying that God can't help.
Hallelujah.
God puts the therapist here to help us.
Yeah, no doubt. The person might felt like they went to God so many times and didn't have the things they want, to be done right. They didn't think it was ever done, or like they're not being noticed.
What does that mean? Give it to God, yo.
I don't know. That's
a whole. I hate when I'm going through something and somebody tell me that.
That would be a whole nother show.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. To me, my impression of that, people say go to God or give it to Jesus and do all those type of things. The reason why they say that is because when you come to them with issues, they don't have no answer for you. So they don't have nothing else to tell you but
I don't
go to God and go to Jesus. I think that's why they do it.
I don't agree with that. See, the people who ask that question obviously don't have like a personal relationship with like the higher power that people are talking about that you get the problems to. So like I said, that would be like a whole nother level of conversation, because then you're talking about what you believe and what you don't believe.
Right.
Most of the people who say it, that means they have some kind of personal relationship where they've given it to something higher and it works itself out.
Yeah. Okay, well, since we brought up God and religion and things of that nature, that's another reason why suicide would not be an option for me. Is because I don't know, and I'll also explain this to Q. I don't know what would happen to me if I took my own life.
Yeah, just don't play that.
Right.
Like, I don't want to burn forever. Like, whatever nonsense is going on here, it is not going to be like being in the hellfire forever.
Even if it's not fact, but it's been told to me so many times.
Yeah.
That you will burn in hell forever. I'm scared of that.
I don't want to take that chance.
Yeah, I'd rather be in paradise. I'd rather be in paradise.
No, not to make light.
Even if it don't exist.
We're not making light of suicide.
Right,
not at all. Not at all.
We all have to give our opinions and stuff like that on everything, but you know, I for me, with the suicide thing, I don't want to throw no names, but I had a friend that was in middle school.
Oh, no.
I had a friend in middle school, and we was like, I guess about maybe 12. His little brother was like 10, and he killed himself. So, you know, not seeing how that affected him to the point where you can't say the word suicide around him, or he just go off. Yeah. So, to me, I remember seeing his brother. I almost said his name. Seeing his brother like a week before that, and everything was fine. Everything looked good. Everything was okay. And then, like, you know, a week later, he killed himself. So my impression on it is that's why, you know, I look at it a certain way. Like, I'm not shocked. You know, I was shocked then when a 10-year-old did it. But I'm like, you know, I when somebody else doing it, like, you know, had Don Cornelius. And I mean, there's a lot of other people who did it with the what is it, Chris Lighty, I think.
Yeah.
A lot of other people that
he damn sure did.
Yeah, that killed themselves, and it just, to me, it's just not shocking. They just go through things and they just feel like they can't. Right now, it's
That's crazy to me that you said it's not shocking. It is shocking.
I think it's shocking.
That's shocking as hell.
I don't know.
That's shocking as hell. Somebody is that depressed.
I put it to you like this. It's not the shock. I guess not. Maybe shock is the wrong word, but if someone, I'll be just as shocked if someone killed themselves as if they got into like an accident and killed themselves.
Okay.
It's the same degree of like.
I'm gonna say this. No.
To me.
No. I'm gonna say this. Like say if like I got into an accident, God forbid, I lose my legs, and I just can't even deal. You know what I mean? Because I'm used to being on the move. There's some shit like that will probably make me want to kill myself. Now that I can understand. You know what I'm saying? Because you like, yo, what do I gotta live for? I'm used to doing this. I feel useless. You know what I'm saying? Like things like that. The thing is, like, this suicide thing been like it's been in my face for like the past couple weeks. I don't know if y'all watch R&B Divas LA.
Yeah, I didn't see every episode.
Well, yeah. What's her name? Not Christina Michelle.
Kiki?
Not Kiki.
Okay.
She not on LA. Michelle.
Right.
Michelle. She had a like 2 episodes talking about she's about to kill herself, so she got to this whole thing.
Right.
She's doing the PSAs now, where she really talking to people. Like, it's really serious. Cause her depression is because like she was used to, you know, living a certain status, and now that she's not, is like all pulling down on it now.
Wow.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So it's real.
That's the whole. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's the whole thing where I feel about the
And she got kids.
I'm saying that's why kids don't think I don't think that matters. That's why I don't think it's as shocking, because I think it shocks other people because they don't look at it as somebody's going to think of somebody would think to use that option to kill themselves. I think they will. I think it's not surprising that somebody took that option to kill themselves. Like, I think to anybody else, it's like, no, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't take that option. To me, it's not surprising. I can see somebody taking that option. But that's just me.
We're going to have to agree to disagree, because
Yeah,
I do not agree.
It's still shocking to me, but you know that a lot of times when you talk about people with depression, like Michelle A, most of the time a lot of people don't even admit it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You say, well, you know, you seem kind of down. You know, you think
they paint a picture.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm just having a bad day, and they, you know, it's really worse than that.
Yeah, people can see right through you. Though.
Yeah, right.
Whatever facade you
sometimes.
Right, yeah, we didn't see Rob Williams, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, his kids.
No, they knew.
His kids knew he was very deeply depressed.
But they didn't know he was to that extent. They didn't think he was going to do that.
They didn't know. No one knows.
Yeah, nobody knows. I want to say the ones that people can see through and the one they can stop is the ones who don't do it.
And that's why you gotta talk. That's why you gotta talk to your family members. Like, pull them up to the side. It's not even a person thing. Like, if you pull somebody up to the side on a one-on-one, like, yo, I gotta talk to you, yo. Like, if you came in here all somber, you always smiling. So if you're not smiling, like, yo, let's go outside real quick. What's going on, brother? Talk to me. If you don't want to talk to me, who can you talk to?
Well, if you go,
that's what I would do.
If you go to the point where you go to talk to somebody it's a lot of time right after that talk, there's gonna be a call to shut the prat, and so you can go out there.
True.
I mean, that's probably what people feel though.
You saying that the person who you talking to going to feel like you trying to push them to get other help that they're not ready for? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying they're gonna think you crazy.
Oh yeah,
we all crazy. Everybody crazy.
You saying that the crazy person gonna think you crazy?
Everybody crazy.
Like,
Shout out to my boy Talal when he saw him crazy.
You know what?
I know.
You know, so you saying that the psycho person gonna think you the psycho person? I got you.
Then you called him the psycho person.
That's bad. That's bad.
Hey, that's how it happens. Yep. I got you. I see what you're saying. So we need to.
I mean, I'm not no therapist, but all I'm saying is like relate to the person. That's all I'm saying. If you could
watch out for signs,
make it relatable. Like, yo, I've been through something like similar, not the same, but similar. I get what you're going through, or I feel your pain. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, and you could work from there, yo.
Yeah, sometimes you just want somebody to relate,
right?
Or you want somebody to vent to, or somebody to make you feel validated. And in some cases, it doesn't matter how much money you have, how many kids you have,
not at all.
What your legacy is. If you feel like you out there by yourself alone, not validated, and like just in this case with Robert Williams and a lot of other celebrities that take their life, they don't see another option. So that's what
I agree. I think they just don't see the option. They don't want to face what life is handing them right now. They look at all the things is in front of them, like, I can't deal with this.
And you have a twinkle in your eye, like, you so right now.
I know.
like you was just like, you're proving my point.
Like, say if somebody get cancer or some shit.
Okay, go ahead.
Say if somebody get cancer or some shit, they like, yo, you got a year to live.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fuck it, let me just take my life now. You know what I mean? Like, people think like that, yo. It's a shocking thing. It's depressing.
It is. It's very depressing. I just look at something. I just look at things kind of. I'm true to sports Google, and I do things like different. I look at things.
Now, me, I'm not hanging myself, burning myself, drowning myself.
What would you do?
Oh, I'll take like 1,000 pills. I'll be high as a kite.
Go out really good.
Yeah, I'll be on some Al Green shit. What? With an Al Green CD in a blunt.
I ain't mad at you.
Nah, but no funny isms too.
Right. Yeah, we're just trying to make.
We be there for each other, and we. Just that's the biggest suggestion, I think. Like,
what's that?
Yeah, when people are like depressed, or if you see that they're depressed, maybe just be there for them, listen, talk, check in on them, things like that.
Yeah.
Like the guy who went bike riding with him, he told the manager, but did he stay on him and like, hey, let's go bike riding today again,
Social media
just a little
really,
bit more, right?
Social media really been pushing this like this week, like this whole death, like everybody on Facebook. You know what I mean? On Twitter, everybody been posting about it,
Because he touched a lot of people. He's been around in the entertainment field for many years and a lot of laughs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, back with Richard Pryor and all that, Richard Pryor show and all that type of stuff. He's been out for a while.
Happy Days, great Happy Days. I think.
Miss Doubtfire been coming on the past couple weeks. He was happy.
That's what you read.
That's what I heard. Yeah, that's what I read. That's what they say. They say, when they say it, it's gotta be.
Oh yeah.
That might be true then.
It's just, I think it just really affected a lot of people, and it was a shock because he was such seemingly a jolly person. He was a comedian. You would see him so goofy and just crazy acting sometimes, but in a good way, in a funny way.
Right.
And so you see that clown. I guess he's like the clown that hid his tears or something like that is what you would call it. You don't realize that just because this person has a happy face, that they're going through some stuff inside.
That's the thing too. Like sometimes when I I look at certain people. And they seem like they're over the top, trying to make everybody laugh. They're over the top trying to be, I don't want to say no names, but comedians and stuff. Certain bigger ones, they do everything to be so much over the top. Those are the ones for me who I kind of worry about a little bit. Like, if something,
remember Martin? Yeah, Martin went through it.
Martin went through it.
Yeah,
because he was over the top, and that's when I started looking. Not when they said. I start thinking about it when they over the top, like trying to please people and stuff. Like,
True.
It made me think like,
that's the heart of most comedians.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but
That's their personality.
some of them have like
a lot of times
They like to bring joy in people's lives, and when they not bringing joy in somebody like,
then what is it?
it's a piece of your heart that's missing.
And what if you trying so much for joy in people's life, and it seems like they not getting that joy? It's like what do you do now? Like Robert Williams probably think like, I can't make nobody else laugh. Our show just got canceled. What do you do?
My thinking would be try something else.
Right,
I mean, like I said, if I'm still alive, I still have a way to bounce back.
And then
so if you're gone, you're not gonna bounce back.
You optimistic.
Yeah,
He was pessimistic.
I'm
obvious.
But see, a lot of times with these things with suicide, drugs, and alcohol are involved.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times.
Yeah, he did have his addiction.
Yeah, so that's like even with Martin, drugs.
Mm-hmm.
When you say he's pessimistic, I don't even agree with that. I just think at that particular time when he killed himself, he was pessimistic. But before that, he could have been optimistic too.
Possibly. Well, it's a lot of we got a couple more serious topics. We got the Michael Brown issue. We definitely got to tackle, and we're gonna lighten it up a little bit when we come back. Should we lighten it up?
Oh well, you know what? Frankie Jones is on his way.
Okay, yeah.
We might have Frankie Jones live in the studio to discuss his new movie, which is definitely a comedy and will lighten up things.
Yeah, it will.
You got to check that out, y'all. So stay tuned to the Cool Energy Show on And welcome back to the Cool Energy Show. We just came back from that nice first segment that brought us to the reality of mental health and suicide and everything. But now we're gonna bring it on a lighter note.
Yes,
we have film director, writer, director, filmmaker. Yes, Frankie Jones is in the building.
Welcome.
Got a lot of hats, bro.
A lot of hats. Yes, he wears a lot of hats. We had the privilege of going to see his film Child Support, which debuted at the Senator Theater this Thursday. It was a wonderful turnout, packed house, red carpet event, a hilarious movie, and we just really excited to have Frankie in the building today. So go ahead and introduce yourself, Frankie. Let them know what you do.
Frankie Jones, just be me.
Come on, Bart.
Writer, director, producer, artist. Just try to make it happen, basically.
That's all right.
That's cool, man.
Heard you the barber too.
Oh yeah, I'm a barber.
You a barber too? Damn, how many hats you got?
A lot of hats.
What don't you do?
That's
cool. That's cool.
Give me the opportunity to help people and just do what I do.
You doing it.
You said you're also doing a casting
call? Casting call right now from 4 to 7 or 4 to 8. It's a new project we're coming up with called Living Fast.
Okay.
It's a female drama. Girl thirsty, basically looking for love. Every time she looks, it's not right. Everything always going wrong.
That's real life.
I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. That's listening. Yeah. And so, anybody interested, the casting call is still going on until 8 o'clock, so you can check that out. Still keep on Street Legal Radio, though. Log in on your phone if you're going to run down to the casting call.
Right.
Pull up the mobile app if you're going on the casting call.
Casting call is at 1634 Guilford Avenue.
1634 Guilford Avenue, y'all.
Hey, babe, start that car up and get going.
There you go.
Yeah, Talala's lady is an actress. What's up, boo? So, you said that you do a lot of different things. So, what are some of your earlier projects? I did look on your website. Oh, FrankieJonesMoves.com is his website. Check it out, y'all. It's got a lot of good information and a lot of good projects he's working on there. So you can go ahead and let us know about that.
Well, my first project was I wrote a book.
Okay.
It was Family, Faith, and Baltimore Money. And from there, I wanted to do a movie script. Of course, I traveled around from Atlanta and different places, and people was telling me they charged me this price, that price to make the script. And I was figuring about if they're gonna charge me $10,000 to make the script, I can do it myself. And at the time, he was about 50 years old, and I was 23. So if he would have did it, it would have came out the same.
Right.
Our minds was too different.
Mm-hmm.
So I just got the film software and learned how to maneuver it and just wrote the script.
So at 23, you started working on your first movie.
I was 25.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that just goes to show if you're young, don't let that stop you. You know what I'm saying? Don't let those doors closing. Don't let that stop you either.
I had a cast the camera crews from Atlanta. So they came down and we went raw. We went hard, straight 2 weeks. Every day was work. Stand up 9 o'clock in the morning, all the way to 2, 3 in the morning, jump right back up to 6, just filming.
Right.
We had no organization, nothing. We just
It's on the grind, making movies.
like that.
It's nice though.
We had the premiere at the Center Theater back then, 2010.
Nice.
Again, it was like 700-800 people came out the first movie.
Okay.
So that came from the book. So I wrote part 2 to the book.
Mm-hmm.
But the book writing process was like long. I wanted to get into the movies and acting.
Okay.
So I did the second project was called One Song, based around music.
All right.
I see that on the website right
On
now.
the website.
Yeah, they actually checking out the website.
DVD, right?
Mhm.
Everyone listening, you can open up a different window. Don't close out the Street Legal Radio window. Open up a different window and check
Control
out.
tab.
Right. check out FrankieJonesMoves.com, and it has a lot of information on the stuff that he's working on. You use a lot of local people.
Right.
What besides your casting call? I mean, do you just look for talent on the street, or the people you know, or
That's where you're gonna get the best talent at. On the street.
right?
Thank you for saying that.
Baltimore is filled with a lot of talent, just unknown talent.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just glad I'm able to give people the opportunity to do something that they always wanted.
Are you from here?
Yeah, from Baltimore.
Okay, cool.
Raised in Baltimore.
Cool.
Awesome.
I hate an accent, you know what I mean? But I had to ask.
Yeah, you said Baltimore. So
Right.
That's cool. That's cool.
So I also noticed that you filmed on location. A lot of the places look familiar to local
Right.
Baltimore people. How was that filming on the street?
It's funny.
Like, what is the ups and downs of that? I mean, do you have people trying to walk in through because they're not used to seeing a movie being filmed here?
Oh yeah, they walk through, ask questions, all types of questions. They just want to be extra. They want to make themselves extra. You know what I'm saying? Police mess with us sometimes.
I was going to ask you that.
Yeah, they mess with us
The
sometimes,
police,
but basically they know what's going on.
Okay.
You know, and
As long as it's positive, they should be messing with y'all.
I mean, the times we had the prop guns on the set, they
Oh,
jumped out.
man,
They
yeah.
jumped out one time.
Goodness gracious, you ain't shooting on North Avenue or nothing crazy.
Sometimes.
Please don't do that on North.
Probably right.
It was right there.
My heart.
The thing is, one of my cast members had a warrant out, so they was looking for him
Oh,
while they were shooting.
Oh, it's real. Oh,
Shut
yeah.
up.
Life
That's
is real.
crazy.
Yeah, but they was cool with it. Once they found out what we was doing, she just gave me the number. Like when I do stuff like that, who to call, let them know what's going on, so there won't be no problems.
So on your website, you sell your projects like on DVD, so they're able to see it. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
And things like that. Can you give a brief synopsis of like the play that the movie that I missed?
Child support?
Yeah, child
Oh,
support.
child support basically about two best friends. One had one son. He did everything for his son, but he was down child support. He had a vindictive baby mother.
Mhm.
Oh
His
God.
best friend had 7, 8 kids. Didn't take care of none of them, but he wasn't down child support.
Yeah. That's
real
relatable.
life.
That's relatable as hell.
So,
Real life.
so the judge told me he needed $1,000.
Tomorrow.
Within 24 hours,
Yes.
before you don't get a warrant for his arrest.
Sheesh. That's
And all the stuff that happened in that 24 hours is crazy. Oh my God.
Gotta see the movie.
You
I don't want
have
to spill nothing,
see.
so I'm just.
Yeah, you have to. We're not going to give it away.
That's what I said. Brief synopsis. You know.
Yeah.
Hey, can I ask you something? Who inspired you like to make movies? Like what? Who inspired you?
I just like to write, and the things I see and hear every day, it's just I didn't want to put it out there. You know?
So it's just like just your regular everyday life, not just like you seeing like Spike Lee or something like that.
No, man. It's my everyday life, man. Seeing things and people talking to me. Just whatever. About me being a barber, I hear everything.
Oh man, I know
You got he got a lot to write about. You got a lot to write about.
Any brother listening, know when we at the barber shop, we tell all our business.
Your barber, a barber just like a counselor.
Yeah, pretty much,
Yeah, he tell you everything, all the problems, everything.
Very true.
Advice, all that. That's dope.
Yeah. So I know that you have probably a lot of insight on different things, especially from the Baltimore aspect, and I love that you use local locations, you use local people. Do you see yourself trying to branch out more, or do you want to keep yourself more grounded and centered here, or are you considering moving on to somewhere else?
Well, I tried. I had a premiere in Atlanta before. It didn't go that good because I'm not from there, and the marketing wasn't there like I wanted it. But I went there, and people came and seen the movie, but that's all I want to do. But sometimes Baltimore is tough. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. It's a tough city with entertainment. What we do.
If you can make it here, you can make it
anywhere. I thought think about leaving sometimes, but then if I leave, like who gonna help our people?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
You had a great turnout. So you try to take your talent somewhere else, or
no, I mean, you get frustrated sometimes.
One good thing about Baltimore, and I know you noticed this, it's a lot of scenes. Like, it's a lot of locations. Like, we have like an artistic community. If you really look around, it's so much you can shoot. You know what I mean?
Right.
You go to any neighborhood.
Right.
You go to a white neighborhood, a black neighborhood, a artsy fartsy neighborhood.
Mhm.
So like, Baltimore has it all for real, and a lot of people don't understand that. Which sucks, but
and it's really
but
great.
brothers like you are pushing that to the forefront, which is good.
Right.
You know?
It's great to see filmmakers like you that are stepping up and using the local scenery and the local actors and even the local stories that you hear in the barbershop and putting them on the big screen from our perspective.
And the extras. You got some extras. You said just like coming through the neighborhood, right? That's nice. That's nice. Now, since you do help local people now, you know, like I'm a musician. Is there any way that I could like submit music for your films or?
And I'm an artist.
You got artists. You know, so do you give local, you know, artists and musicians chances too?
Yeah, when we do the soundtracks, like Child's Play soundtrack, Manny Styles, you know, was involved to get part of that, but you know, we shoot it out there for everybody to send their music or whatever they want to do. We have people send it from all over different states.
Nice.
You know.
Nice.
But yeah, we all open for that.
Okay, cool.
That's what it's about. We got to stick together.
Yeah,
you know,
each one. That's right.
Bookmark that website.
So is that how people make submissions? Do you put a like a call? Like
we send out a Chasm call for music.
Okay, great. All right, so they need to follow you on Facebook or come to your website and check all the time, and that's www.frankiejonesmoves.com. So y'all keep your eyes and ears out for this, you know. That is wonderful.
We love to see, you know, up and coming people that are doing something positive. You know, they're not just stuck in this bubble saying they can't make it here in Baltimore. I can't do it here in Baltimore. You can still do it here.
Yeah.
You know, he's proving that right now. You know, with more projects even coming out still. So, you know, everybody that's out there doing it and trying to do it, keep on. Because, you know, he's showing and proving every day that it can be done coming from here.
Right. You just got to keep on. Just got to keep trying, keep grinding.
Right. Keep grinding. Keep grinding.
Did you ever feel like you got to a certain point where you made it?
No, never.
Okay.
Like, people always ask me all the time, like, man, you move, nice movie. I mean, it's cool. I appreciate the love and everything, but I'll be focused on the next project.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Good.
Yeah, you can't stop creating.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but sometimes some people can get, not just saying you're gonna get big headed, but some people can get big headed and they think they kind of done and they.
No, I'll be more excited for the people that's like my friends or the people that cast and my fans. I'm more excited for them.
Yeah.
I'm the person that don't get excited. I'm tired. I'm ready to do the next project.
Right.
You know, I'm glad everybody else is excited about doing everything. You know.
Right.
Yeah, there was a great turnout
too.
too.
Times you ready to move on to the next one.
Yeah. I sit through the editing
That's
process, and that's like forever. You know what I'm saying? So I see the same thing 1,000 times.
Right.
Yeah, so
and people just say it once. They don't know the they don't understand the work that go into editing stuff.
Right.
You know, oh my God,
that's true. So you stay hands on the whole way, right? And you help edit and all that.
Right. Yep.
That is wonderful. That is wonderful.
One of my goals when it's my first comedy, so I wanted to make people laugh like throughout the whole movie. So of course I hooked up with some good comedians, Frank Nitty and Stacey Carver, Ajon, comedian Ajon.
Okay.
So they'll put our minds together and just put it out, and they laughed through the whole movie.
Yes, it was. I mean, the delivery, it was so natural. I mean, it just flowed like everybody. It felt like you were watching somebody's real life. Like it didn't feel like you were watching a movie. It felt like you were just sitting there, just big brother and somebody, and just watching what they do on a regular basis. And you know, just see this guy getting taken for child support and his reactions and some of the stuff that happened. Oh my goodness!
All the way from the first scene, it was
the first scene. It was just crazy.
Got brothers back here laughing right now.
Oh yeah. We don't want to give any spoilers or anything, but it's
tough not to.
It's so funny. It's so funny. So good, great job. I can't believe that's your first comedy.
That's my first comedy.
Wow. And you picked definitely a great cast. I mean, oh my goodness.
Yeah, shout out to my cast, man. You did a wonderful job, man. You got it done in 3 months organized. You know, we might have shot it for maybe 2 days out of the week. About 3 months.
3 months.
Yep, got it done.
Yeah. And I remember, like I said, I remember some of the locations And it's just so cool to see Baltimore on the big screen like we did. Like the center there was great. So keep it up.
Where can
blushing.
It was so cool.
Where can someone listen to the show right now? Where can they see this movie? Where can they go to see it?
We're thinking about showing it again. So if I can get on, I'm not that big yet to get it on weekends, so I gotta do the little.
Respect. Get there early.
The little producer right now, so they're gonna give it to me on the weekends yet.
Okay.
Right.
But last year I had it on the Sunday, so if I can get it on the Sunday, I'm gonna show up for the people that had to work.
Right.
That'd be dope, man.
Yeah.
At the same place?
Or whatever day that let me get it on the Sunday.
Because I saw y'all walking by the Charles in the movie, so I was wondering.
Oh, the Charles and the Senators connected.
Oh, okay.
The same people.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, so definitely big kudos on everything that you're doing. We had a great time. Everybody listening, you tuned into the Cool Energy Show right now, Street Legal Radio. Check out Frankie Jones, FrankieJonesMoves.com. And look out for all his new projects that's coming out. And if you can make it to the casting call, it's still going on right now. So if you want to be in one of these big films that we're talking about, go ahead out to that casting call. Let me get the address for that casting call again.
1634 Guilford Avenue.
1634 Guilford Avenue, y'all. Frankie Jones.
Yeah.
Are you able to stick around, or I know you got a casting call?
All right, cool, yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and kick it off. The cutest sports guru has got the sports wrap up for this week.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Hey.
Let me go ahead and get right into it. Saturday night we had Kell Brook. He defeated Cleveland, Ohio's Showtime Sean Porter to become the IBF welterweight champion of the world. Kell Brook was pushed to the side for a long time. He was overlooked for about 3 years, and he finally got his opportunity, and he cashed in Saturday night. He actually deserved. When you watched the fight, you wasn't sure if it was kind of close, and you thought maybe he wouldn't get the decision, but he actually got the decision, which was good to the judges, because sometimes in boxing, which is my favorite sport, the judge is not always as fair. So it was good to see he finally got a chance to to get a fair shake. Kell Brook, he's from England. He's an Englishman, and now he's calling out Amir Khan, who is a popular fighter from England as well. The two is going to try to get it together and fight. It should be a big fight, one of the biggest fights in England. Hopefully they can get it by the end of the year or beginning of next year, because since Brook has a championship now he can call out and get some of the fights that he wants. So that's pretty good. So that's going to be a big battle in England. Speaking of battling, Anthony Durrell makes it 2 weeks in a row that boxers who battled cancer and defeated cancer become champion. He won. He became the WBC super middleweight champion by defeating Saki Obika by unanimous decision. Saturday night was a rematch of a fight they had back in Brooklyn in December of last year, where it was a draw. I thought Durrell won, so it was good to see that he on the rematch he fought again and got his belt back. Got the belt that he didn't lose, but he finally became champion. A thing with Durrell, with Anthony Durrell, he has an older brother who's a year older, Andre Durrell, who was Andre the Matrix Durrell, who fought in, I had to put his middle name in there, Matrix. He fought in the 2004 Olympics and actually won the bronze medal. Him and his brother fight in the same division, so they're kind of like Klitschko. They're not going to fight each other, but it's good that they both, real top-notch fighters, and Anthony's going to get a lot of the credit. I actually think Andre's better, but it's good that both of them are getting a lot of the credit. So they just like the Klitschko brothers.
Sibling rivalry.
So they're not going to fight each other. But speaking of fighting each other, Floyd Money Mayweather, he's going to be fighting Marcos Maidana. They will be fighting again, a rematch in Las Vegas, September 13th. So get your tickets, your rooms, your flight. It's real soon. It's coming up. So Cool Energy, we won't be giving out no tickets.
After that.
That event.
If we had them, I'd steal them all.
So you got to go ahead and order them now if you want to go to the fight. While you're in the midst of buying tickets, rooms, and flights, don't forget local fighter Emmanuel Transformer Taylor. He'll be taking on Adrian the Brona in Cincinnati on September 6th. So if you're not able to go to any one of those fights, you can always catch it on Showtime and Showtime pay-per-view. Speaking of making it Michael Sams from the St. Louis Rams. He actually made him receive his first quarterback sack. He's actually playing pretty well, so he might actually make the team on his talent alone, which, I thought he was going to make it for other reasons, but he might actually make it from his talents alone. Speaking of rookies making it, first number one pick, Jadeveon Clowney. He's blowing up people causing havoc. He's blowing up running backs in the backfield, and he's good. He's gonna end up being a star. He's gonna be a star. Speaking of stars, Dallas Cowboys quarterback Tony Romo. He came back from his first game from an injury he had last year, and actually threw a touchdown pass. The same thing with St. Louis Rams quarterback Sam Bradford. He came back Saturday night from an injury he suffered last year as well, and threw a touchdown pass. Speaking of coming back, former Super Bowl MVP Santonio Holmes. He was trying to make a comeback by joining the Chicago Bears. He was dealing with injuries for the last 2 years, so hopefully he's healthy and he can make the Bears roster. Speaking of health, MMA and UFC star John Bones Jones and Daniel Cormier fight was postponed due to an injury suffered by Jones. He injured his leg. The fight between the two is now set for January 3rd. Speaking of MMA fighters, the War Machine was captured Friday. He was a fugitive because of suspicion that he beat up his ex-girlfriend and porn star, Christy Mack.
Yeah, beat a bit.
Yeah, he beat her and her friend up. Mack received 18 broken bones within the beating. Speaking of 18, Cool Energy predicted.
Speaking of 18, I hate him, yo.
Cool Energy online predict the Baltimore Orioles to win the World Series, and right now they're 18 games over 500 with their win today over the Cleveland Indians.
There's 18. Okay.
Yo, I hate your husband, yo. I hate him.
All right, now it's time for me to give the final punch, and once again, I'm not going to be mean, with the final punch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 'cause, I got a reputation
As of 18 wasn't a punch.
No, that wasn't a final punch.
Oh.
That was like an 8th round.
Okay.
All right, the final punch is a little different note. Just pretty much appreciate people while they're here. It bothers me that so many people say so many good things about someone once they're gone. It's weird because I just joined Twitter, beginning of this year, and I'm still learning how to use it. But when I log on and I go to my homepage, and if I see a lot of people saying positive things about somebody or showing a picture about somebody, then I know they must have died. Because nowhere a bunch of people gonna say something positive about somebody if they still living. That's impossible. That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah,
That's right.
It's true.
Locally, I've been to a few underground hip hop events, and I never got a chance to meet Uwe Brownfish in person. After all the wonderful things everybody said about him, after his untimely death,
Right.
I just I kind of wish I had met him. I wish I had met him. But I didn't get a chance to do it. With Frankie Jones being here, I just want to say, great job in the movie. Congrats. Congrats on it, man. I appreciate you. Even looking out for us to give us tickets to give to someone, who wins. So I really appreciate it. Keep doing what you're doing, man. You got a great attitude, and I just wish the best for you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank y'all for having me too.
You're very welcome. It'd be nice if people be nice to each other, while they're here, so they can, smell the roses, while they can still smell. Tell them a little earlier. That's all. That's my final punch. It's pretty much to treat people nice while they're here.
Yeah.
You can always follow me on Twitter at qthesportsguru.com.
You just learned Twitter.
I know. He got
Twitter.
I joined at the beginning of the year.
I'm messing with you.
I'm kind of late. My phone is
Yeah.
No, let's not talk about that.
Yeah, I tried to turn it in. They didn't give me nothing for it. But I'm Q the Sports Guru. Just follow me. Don't wait till I'm dead to follow me, because I can guarantee you I ain't gonna follow you back. So
Brother.
that's it. I'm Q the Sports Guru, and I'm out.
Keep it live on the Cool Energy Show on Street Radio.
We'll be back, y'all, just in a second.
Back to the Cool Energy Show. We're having a wonderful time today. We just had Frankie Jones, and director, writer, artist, musician,
Barber.
He does everything. it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, definitely.
He was a dope guest.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all go to his website, check out the movies, www.frankiejonesmoves.com. And you know what I'm saying, order some DVDs and look out for that movie, child support.
Yeah, and we haven't had one bad guest.
No, never. Yeah, before we get into our hot topics, you know what I'm saying, we got a few local things to talk about, and they're doing a hip hop for the homeless food and clothes drive right now. So, if you have anything that you could give for, I guess, non-perishable items and clothing and things like that for the homeless, you can do that at the Cultural Arts Center at 401 Howard Street. It's the corner of Howard and Mulberry Street, and that's going on from 4 p.m. until 8, so you still have some time to get it. Yeah, all right, cool. And that's brought to you from the Bomb First family and Nita Foster for any questions. So yeah, get down there and give.
You're not wearing all your t-shirts.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Clear out some of that clutter and give it somebody that can use it.
Stop being a hoarder.
Yeah, you're right about that.
That's right. Well, yeah, so we go ahead and kick off the hot topics. I mean, this is probably the number one story, at least for me, right now.
For everyone.
Yeah.
You got the president on
Michael
this
Brown. Yes, we have to address the Michael Brown situation. In case you don't really know about it, I don't see how you could not know. But Michael Brown was an 18-year-old young man. He was shot to death by the Ferguson, Missouri police officer while he was unarmed with both his hands raised in the air. Michael Brown he had no criminal record. He recently graduated from high school and was set to attend college 2 days after he was killed. The people of Ferguson were so outraged by this, they began protesting, and in some cases they began rioting and looting, which led to the national conversations and coverage that we've been seeing lately. Since his death on August 9th, there have been regular protests and looting still going on in the Ferguson area. But in addition to that, there have been peaceful visuals there and nationwide. They've had nationwide visuals that haven't resulted in violence. The governor has put that area of Missouri in a state of emergency, and they just started a curfew. They have a curfew in place now. The curfew is from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. Wow. And as of last night, the curfew was just enforced yesterday, and even as of last night, 7 people have been arrested. 1 have been shot because of clashes with protesters and them enforcing this curfew. The Ferguson Police Department and the St. Louis County Police Department have said that they are conducting investigations on whether Darren Wilson, who was the officer that shot Michael Brown, and whether he was justified in shooting him. The FBI has also said that they are investigating the incident, but they are investigating the incident as a civil rights issue and not a criminal issue. So they're looking at it as
here we go.
No, that's
justified.
I got called like I said.
Man with his hands in the air giving up.
And also, in addition to that, some of the recent things that are going on, there's a petition online right now. They're trying to get a Michael Brown law in place, and this will require local, county, and state police for all states to wear cameras. And if you're interested in signing this petition to try to get this Michael Brown law in effect, you go to petitions.whitehouse.gov. And it should be on that front page, but if not, search
Jay, I want you to repeat that because I'm writing in my phone, and I think everybody that's listening should do the same goddamn thing.
Exactly. It's petitions.whitehouse.gov, G-O-V. And you should see it on that front page. It's Michael Brown law. If you don't see it on that front page, you can do a search for Michael Brown law. And this law is, they're trying to get it in place where local, county, and state police officers will wear cameras.
Right.
I think that's a step in the right direction. It might be some instances, Q had said it earlier, that it's going to be the cameras didn't work. The cameras were broken. They lost the footage.
Right.
And blah, blah, blah.
But,
of course.
You know the beauty, though, right now? Man, my pop was just talking about this Friday night. The beauty of us having camera phones now is that like a lot of shit that went down back in the day was not filmed.
Right.
And the police went scot-free.
Yeah.
And now they really can't. They gotta be careful. You know what I'm saying?
At least a little more careful.
Yeah, at least a little bit more.
A lot of liars will say
they still got their loopholes. Yeah, but they gotta be careful about that because everybody got a camera on their phone and could shoot it and put it on Facebook, Twitter, IG, and whatever else.
And that's one of the things that I think this. I mean, it's gonna be instances that's gonna be kind of fishy and suspicious about if the police do get cameras. Like we have dashboard cameras now, but sometimes, like I said, they don't catch everything. Something.
Yeah, they catch what they want to catch.
Right.
Yeah, it don't
so
work.
they can film for their TV show.
Right. It don't work when they're doing something wrong. It's only there in place to work if they're in the right. But if they're doing something wrong, it's conveniently not going to work.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't totally say not participate in this because it is some kind of way to police the police, quote unquote, police the police. But it's better than nothing at all.
I think it's sad that with the cameras and stuff, a lot of things can happen, and it's still the same results. I just think that's kind of still sad that you can catch everything on camera, you can catch a lot of things, and they still get off. So I just think that's kind of sad.
Right.
Well, I was also talking to one of my uncles who was a cop, and he was trying, because I try to play the devil's advocate to every scenario. And being a cop is a very, very, from what, the stories he's been telling me throughout the years, it's a very stressful job and you don't know, like, what you're going to get yourself into. So, like, he goes to houses when, say, someone calls and says, the lady will say, my husband's beating on me. Go to the house. He don't know what's going on in the house. Don't know what they got. The guy could be right behind the closet door with the gun, ready to shoot him. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the guy could put his hand up, and he just so on edge that he just gonna pull that trigger no matter what as a cop. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But in that scenario, I still think he was wrong. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, but the thing is, like, if you look on CNN, I look at forums and shit, and a lot of people say, well, the cops have, very strenuous jobs, which is true, but that's why they are trained to know when something is serious and when something is not. You gotta have your eyes on point, you know what I mean? So a threatening situation when you see one. Now, if your hands up, you're saying, I give in. Right. It ain't nothing I can do. You know what I mean? My hands in my pocket, that's a whole different. My hand in my back pocket, on my nutsack, that's a little different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. In this situation, he needs to be fired right now, and he's not fired. I mean, he's still getting paid, Willis.
Paid vacation. But even before that, them shooting him with his hands up, you shot the kid in the back first. Right. Yeah, people overlooking that. You shot this kid running from you. You shot him in the back first, and then he turned around, and then he got the hands up and all that.
Right. And I mean, I don't know if it's a race thing. I think like it could be a race thing. It could be trigger happy because a lot of people are trigger happy when they get that gun, they get that power, and they feel power. What y'all feel?
I give my opinion.
Do you think it's racist?
Yeah, I think it's racially based only because
it's just starting to happen a lot.
That's one. Only because it I wouldn't say it's race based if it happens to all races. Right. But when it only happens to black people, and they're the only ones getting shot. Now I ain't even gonna go through all the names, but if you can find situations where it happens to white as well, like unlawful killing, unjust killings like that, then I would say it's not. It's just the police. But as of right now, if it's only happening to black people, I gotta say it's racially based.
Yeah, I think it's racially based.
That should make me feel so uncomfortable as black people. Like I feel like white people don't want to talk about it, or they try to tiptoe around the issue because they know what's going on in their news. You know what I mean? The white people that I don't know about white people.
Yeah, same thing.
You know what I'm saying? They kind of tiptoe around the issue and they're a little sensitive to it.
Well, they think it's racially based. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And they want you to know I'm not a racist.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, how are you?
My best friend is black.
Hey, Chloe, how are you? Have a good day. You know what I mean?
My neighbor, he's black.
I definitely think it's racist also. And in addition to that, just shooting him, really, I don't understand it. They are trying to say that it was because, he was being aggressive toward the police and things like that. And then also they're bringing up this video of him apparently robbing a convenience store. But
Cigarillos.
Oh yeah, they're gonna dig in his life.
It happened like right before the shooting. So now, how come they didn't put that out the day that same day?
It don't matter when they do it.
They look like conspiracy, like, you know what I'm saying? They tell you that the cop shot him, and then they put the video out and say this is why he shot him. This is what.
How about this,
you know what I'm saying?
The cop that shot him didn't know that he robbed the store, so the video shouldn't even have anything to do with it.
And I got another point to add on to that.
What's that?
The gun is supposed to be the last resort.
Hello.
They got sticks,
tasers and
stun guns. Use those.
Hello.
If a cop coming into me and say I'm in the wrong, please use your gun as the last resort. Like, you can smack me with the goddamn stick and I'm gonna be all right.
That's wrong too, but
it's wrong. But I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? I still got my life. But don't be shooting me, sir.
But he had a chance
handcuff me and embarrass me on the street.
He had a chance to be a hero. You know, he killed this big black guy. Sometimes you get a chance to be a hero by doing that. So, you know, you did what you had to do to be a hero.
Can I ask y'all this too? What y'all think about what the president addressed? Because he got on there, and let me tell you something. Black Twitter pissed me off. Black Twitter, they was like, they wanted Barack Obama to say blah, blah, blah. He's the president. He's pissed. He know what it is. But he's the president of the United States of America. He has to show a certain je ne sais quoi. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He
has to be a little bit more correct. Like, he can't go off the edge like an Al Sharpton or Jesse Jackson or somebody like that.
No way.
So I see exactly what you're saying. Yeah. I don't think that he should feel obligated to say certain things, or because even if he does, what is that really going to do anything?
No,
it's not really going to do anything.
And he know what it is. He know what it is.
Everybody knows what it is. So, like, Black Twitter, just go sit down, please.
Sit down, yeah.
Then what are you doing, Black Twitter?
All right, what are you doing?
Talking. They're talking.
Tweeting. It's tweeting.
Tweeting, I'm sorry.
Behind the computer. Behind the computer, what you doing?
So, this was a really unfortunate incident that happened. I'm still, like, I don't know. It still blows my mind. I'm not surprised,
right?
But it's so like.
And that's the problem. You're not surprised.
And that's the problem. That's the issue too. That I'm not even surprised.
We should not be dealing with this in 2014.
I'm not surprised.
We should not.
You know what I mean? When you got like racism, when you got racists coming together. You got gays and lesbians coming together. You should not have to deal. They marrying now. You should not have to deal with this form of racism at all, yo. Like, it's
like
crazy.
It's the 60s or something.
Like, it's the 60s.
And then the riots.
I was
waiting for it to slow down the accident.
Your own neighborhood.
Well, I got an opinion on that.
I do. That's
why I asked. I jump onto the looting part. Mm-hmm. And I know, man, we disagree on a lot of things.
Oh God, I want to hear this.
But
I got to hear this.
Yeah, we really good at on different sides of the coin.
Yeah.
But my opinion on the looting is, a lot of times the looting is the first you're upset. You're not getting a chance to really think consciously on what you're trying to do. You're not like, let's catch the bus out to this neighborhood. Their neighborhood. You're just upset at the moment and you're doing something, that's pretty bad. I agree that it's really, really bad. Mm-hmm. But I do agree that without the looting, it wouldn't have got no attention. I mean, what happened to the kid in Jacksonville that got shot for turning his radio up? Do you know what happened to that person that shot him?
Nope. He's in jail.
But by you asking Izzy, that lets me know that you don't know what happened to him.
The coverage wasn't there.
The coverage wasn't there. The kid got shot in Jacksonville.
But the coverage was there. Here.
No. It
wasn't on the same wave.
It was there because, like...
did the president address it, though?
That same day? That same day? No, the coverage was there because I was watching on CNN all day before the looting.
Yeah, but
before the looting, the coverage was there. I watched it all day on CNN. The coverage was there. But listen, the coverage was there because of cell phone.
Okay.
Because it started leaking. Listen, it started leaking with people on their cell phones. Then the coverage was there. The coverage was there all day before the looting happened.
Okay.
The first day when he was laying on the ground.
Right.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Now, I agree on every situation like this. The coverage is there from the beginning for 2-3 days. Now, when the looting takes place, Now it's not 2-3 days. It's a little bit longer. The coverage is there. The coverage would have been out. They would have been there, and then the very next story about some oil or something like that, they would have gone somewhere else. But since it's looting and all that stuff is going on, we're still talking about this today. Something that happened last week.
That's right.
We're going to know what happens in this case. We're going to know what. I ain't have to be able to ask you, hey, do you know what happened to the cop who killed it? You're going to know what happened. You know what happened with George Zimmerman. We know what the verdict was. But like I said, for the kids in Jacksonville, we don't know.
They didn't burn down buildings over Trayvon, though. They didn't.
Yeah, I mean,
but they did heavily. Right, they protested. Right, that's what I'm saying. Like they were doing the same thing in Missouri. And you know,
two things with that. One, the Trayvon Martin, when he got killed, a lot of people didn't know about it for a lot of days later. So it went like the initial anger of somebody getting killed and people reacting a certain way.
Yeah, this one was all sudden.
Yeah, this one was right away. And then once again with the Trayvon Martin thing, the guy was let go. He was free. Let's see what happened to the Ferguson thing with the looting and all that stuff. Let's see if he's let free for that.
Okay, well, as far as the looting and the protesting and everything, I'm actually, I mean, it's not right, but I'm for protesting, not necessarily looting.
Protesting is one thing.
Loot.
I'm gonna say I'm not mad at them for looting. I'm not mad at them for looting. I'm not mad at them for rioting. I'm not mad at that.
Don't do that in your neighborhood.
Yeah. Well, in your own neighborhood. I mean,
actually, they started the protest and everything started at the police department.
Right.
And of course, I mean, they got a little rowdy up there in the police department too. They got them to disperse. I don't think they're only rioting and looting just
because it's their neighborhood.
Just because it's their neighborhood. No. It's just, that's like you said, like they got emotional. They saw, I don't know, a car or a window or something, and sometimes people just punch walls in their house or something.
I looted before. The thing about looting is when you see one person do when University of Maryland, I'm in when we won, we looted the goddamn camp.
Okay.
But the thing is, how it started is one person started,
right?
Everybody follows suit.
That's the way
it's just like emotions pouring. It's like it's not what you would do normally,
right?
And you're like, what the hell am I doing? But you'll do it anyway.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Right,
because it's all about the excitement, and that's what's going on with them.
That's right.
But you gotta be a little bit more smarter about what you're looting.
Who's thinking about that?
You know, they got like maybe a few stores in the area.
A few stores already.
If you look at Google Maps, it's like, okay, now
I'm sorry,
the Quick Tip is burnt down. And when this all, the little lady
like this
down the street gonna go.
I'm like,
the
fuck
grandmother.
that store. We got our story out. We gonna get this justice. We making history. Fuck that damn store.
So
that's what I'm saying.
Right,
Not to say like everybody should get out there and go ahead and burn up all your stores and everything. But at the end of the day, I ain't too mad at them for going out and standing up and whatever. Because they got themselves heard. Mm-hmm. They making history. They getting justice for this boy.
I agree.
So if we gotta take out a store, we gonna take out a store. If we gotta take out the corners, the carry out. We gotta take out the carry out.
Show us any goddamn way.
Hello, and they got. I mean, are the store people, are the store owners though? Are they really residents of the area? Are that really our stores? Are that our stores?
Because you know in both.
They are not part of our community. Okay. Those stores are not part of our. We don't own those stores.
Right.
So we're not really burning down our stuff. It's in our community, taking our money, but it's not really our stuff.
You just can't get a chicken
box.
Take
that damn store out.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
No chicken box.
Go out to Rockville, right? Well, my grandmother who lives in the project, now she can't go get her eggs and milk next month because y'all burnt down the Quick Tip. That's what I'm saying.
Go pick up grandma. Go pick up grandma.
Listen, for the community to loot and stuff like it really does. In the law, it doesn't make sense because now you got to spend more gas to go further somewhere. You can't even go get your 45.
It doesn't matter.
We getting justice for Michael Brown and fuck that damn gas.
I'm saying in the long run for that community now they got to go further to get something or go further, to do something.
So in the long run, they shouldn't sacrifice. They shouldn't put in cars. They sacrifice gas.
I ain't saying convenience, but I'm just saying like some people don't have a car.
That's trying to go. And then how they want to go out to another neighborhood and loot? They don't have a car.
I ain't saying go to another neighborhood and loot.
Let's turn it down.
She's saying don't loot at all.
Hold on, y'all. Let's turn it down a couple notches.
Okay.
What is the answer? What should we do?
Well, as of now,
that's a good question.
We have to keep pressing on them to giving us answers, to giving us justice for Michael Brown. We did get the results as far as coverage. Mm-hmm. We got to keep pressing on these lawmakers, these people investigating, and just see what the outcome for this officer is going to be. That's what I think.
Damn, they released that name. They was taking a while to release that name.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not really 100% that it's the correct name. And I also got word that they held the name so the guy could get to a free a safe place. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's right.
So they held the name and then dropped this video at the same time, like, you know.
And it's
called Cloud Brown. If it was me.
It's amazing how they can put the witness names out there right away.
Right away.
They gotta wait.
Yeah,
it's a reason.
Yeah, the witnesses got videos of everything.
Oh man!
And the trial is on CNN right now, pretty much.
There you go.
The witnesses are stating what they saw, what they did, what they
that's what I'm saying.
The trial,
it's on CNN all day.
Here's the question with Miss Chris. What happened if they see? I'm calm now. What happened if they go to court and the cop is found not guilty?
And they're gonna loot.
No. They're gonna loot, but they
won't loot in their area because everything's burnt down.
And it may not just be that. It may be him.
I want to ask Miss Chris, what do she think they should do? What do you think they should do? Because they shouldn't loot.
They're not. I doubt if they're gonna find this man.
But what do you think they should do? But what do they do? Because we've been shot. We didn't think George Zimmerman would be not guilty.
Right. The same thing they did with George Zimmerman. What? Did it change anything? Nobody looted. Nobody did anything.
That's why he was not guilty.
Because nobody what?
Because nobody.
The Beyonce story came out.
So the next media, the social media. So listen. So we need to keep it alive, right? You need to like all these laws, rules, and everything. You need to keep it alive. Like keep hope alive. Like what would Martin Luther King do? Like what would Jesus do? What would Martin Luther King do?
All I'm saying is you didn't answer. What should they do if he found not guilty?
Let me say this real quick. Let me say this real quick. We should loot, and we should loot here.
So we should burn down Baltimore City.
What I'm saying is the difference between then and now was then when they loot, they ain't stopping until you see me. Right. Now, if Solange beat Jay-Z up in the elevator, we on her right now.
So we're not gonna.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where our tensions is always. We think so fast.
And they know this.
We think so fast.
So what is your suggestion? To loot? No, seriously. Like without looting, what would you suggest that we can, as a community, what can we do when injustice happens? What can we do?
I think looting is a fair option.
Wow. I won't say that we should loot. I'm going to say I'm not mad at looting in instances like this.
Right.
It's
a fair option.
I'm sorry. I totally understand it. I'm going to tell y'all right now.
I prefer protesting.
If somebody kills one of my kids.
There we go. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm sorry.
You going?
I might just step out a fucking store. I might take a store out. I might.
Or 10.
If it's in front of me, it might go down.
Let's go with some people who don't have no kids and they have a dog. That dog. What are they going to do?
Oh, somebody kill her, yo.
Somebody killed my kid or my dog.
Now it's thinking.
No, I'm not gonna loot. I'm not gonna loot. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
When somebody mess with your dog, you going off.
When somebody mess with my dog, I'm going off. But I'm not gonna loot. I'm not gonna burn down Baltimore City. I'm not.
I ain't gonna make no promises.
I'm not.
Somebody take my
burn
kid
down
out
Baltimore
like that.
City, but that person, you better watch out. You better watch out. You better go get the police officer, not burn down the
Well, yeah. And that's another option. That's another option too.
The question is that the answer? The question is that the answer?
No.
Is that really the answer?
No. That's what I'm saying.
No, it's not the answer.
It just makes you feel good.
But that's what you're going to do.
It's just like when you mad at somebody, you fight and you punch somebody in that fucking face.
It don't do anything.
It don't make the situation better, but it makes you feel good.
Don't have a bonfire. Burn some trash up.
I did that before. That's like
alright. It's going to steal that 12-pack.
They're like, thank you for burning the trash. Thank you very much. We need to kill more people. Make them burn
trash. Talking about burning trash.
You want to take out 12 pairs of Jordans?
I'm just saying. That's just me coming from J Honey. I'm not mad at the looting. Looting is not the answer. But I'm not mad. So we're going to go ahead and kick it off with some music after this hot debate.
What we got? We got some entertainment.
We got some entertainment hot topics.
We're going to talk about Denzel Washington.
Sisters of Hip Hop.
Hip Hop, yeah.
We're gonna run that down.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep it locked here.
I'm gonna just do one song.
One song, okay.
Okay.
Keep it locked, y'all.
What up, y'all? Cool Energy, man. We back, man. We had a good segment talking about Michael Brown, and now we're gonna lighten things up. See, Q talking about Luke.
Don't lose.
But we're gonna lighten things up a little bit. We're gonna talk about leave Gaddafi it all alone. But we're gonna talk about, but we're gonna lighten it up and talk about some entertainment, some hot topics of the week. First things first, Sisterhood of Hip Hop. This show got a lot of celebrities.
Yeah.
Celebrities? Not quite yet. But
the celebrities on.
They got Pharrell.
Okay. I run down everything. It debuted. I was really looking forward to this show. For a few months, I've seen it advertised all over social media. So Sisterhood of Hip Hop, I'm like, hip hop. My sisters, I love the women in hip hop. So the cast, let's run down the cast. It's Naima Supreme. She got on the scene with like mixtapes. She's a former background dancer. She's danced with like Chris Brown and people like that. She has songs now with Timbaland and Mano, so she's gaining a lot of buzz. She's a Queens rapper, kind of like Nicki Minaj. But, they don't want to really compare her. Don't compare her to her. But hey, she's coming up doing her thing. Yeah, don't do that. But Naima's on there. Then there's also Bia. She is a Boston female rapper, like our girl Shelby Raw, who is too big right now.
What's up, Shelby? She got that same dumbass accent. It's not dumb.
Dumbass, damn.
It's not dumb, but they got that accent.
What kind of accent is it?
It's a core. You
gonna meet me at the bar?
She gonna call me. She gonna call me on my way home. The bar.
Get him, Shelby. Get him, Shelby.
But you say two and dog.
Yeah, we ain't gonna get into that, John. So Bia is Pharrell's artist. She's coming out of Boston. She was discovered through online videos and posting songs and stuff online. So she's doing hot things. And she got noticed by Pharrell by doing that. So everybody online is doing something online. Keep doing what you're doing. Yeah. They also have Brianna Perry. She's a student right now at the University of Miami.
I like that they showed that.
That is so cool. Yeah. I love that. She's a senior. Yeah, she's about to graduate. So that was great. And she's also a hot female rapper.
That's rare.
Very rare.
That they would show that, not that they go to
yeah, that's true. Yeah, because the media hates great stuff like that, but that is awesome. You might know her from Maryland, Monroe.
Yeah.
That was Brianna Perry's song. She's working with Rick Ross. That's her mention. She goes way back with Rick Ross, so she's also on the cast. There's also Saya, the first openly gay female rapper. She's been on the scene for a little bit. She has a song with Tank out right now. It's called Dyke. YKE. So
that's her name.
She's just out there with it.
Yeah, I like they working with like big name people.
They are.
That puts a good spin on it.
It sure does. It's like, these are not just your regular, not that there's anything wrong with local and round the way chicks or whatever, but these people are really working with some big names.
You're making people tune in.
Yeah, that's right. You're making them want to see because you're affiliated with this big name, so you must be pretty good, so we want to check you out. So, and we also, in the cast, we got Diamond. We know Miss Diamond from Crime
Mob. That's Shawnee O'Neal of the show.
Oh, boy, this thing from Crime Mob. So she was on crunk classes like Nuff, Give You Buck, boy, Nuff, Give You Buck.
Hey, yo, whenever that song come on,
that's a fight by the half.
I know the whole verse.
Yes.
Tell me who don't know all that verse.
Nobody. Everybody. Let it drop in the club. I can't do it right now, but let it drop in the club.
He don't get too
She also had the Rock Your Hips. For your Rock Your Hips, then wave. And then she also had Stiletto Pumps in the club. All the girls know that. That was our thing. So we know her from those crunk classics, but she also has very steamy relationship rumors going on. Yeah, so she was with Scrappy. Yeah, she was with Scrappy, and the word is that she cheated on him with Soulja Boy. So, hey, that's what they doing.
Yeah, now she got a baller right now.
Oh, I don't know about the baller.
She talked about that on Breakfast Club.
Oh, who is this baller?
Charlamagne said the name. I forgot his name, but he dropped the name because he was in the mix.
And she don't be playing.
No, she does not. She does not.
One thing she said is she ain't messing with nobody broke.
Right.
Why can't you pass that diamond? Go ahead and get your money, girl.
Is she broke or she got paid for that purple hair?
Well, we don't know with Diamond her financial status is right now. But she did say that Mama
more than the rest on there though.
She said that Mama D was stealing her clothes.
Right.
And
She did say that.
Hey, yo,
She said Scrappy's mother was stealing her clothes, so she's got something.
Yeah, we don't know she broke, but she should have more money than the rest of the females.
Pretty much. And Mama D said she gonna file suit on Twitter. On Twitter, yo. I was like, yeah.
Slander.
Well,
that's the exact word she said. For slander.
Right.
Defamation of character.
Yeah.
You're watching Judge Judy.
I ain't steal none of your red bottoms.
well, who knows what this is going to go to? I think that this is an awesome cast. They have the talent, but then they also got the drama, like we've seen. And they have the celebrities backing them up. Like I said, Bea's with Pharrell, Brianna Perry. She's working with Rick Ross, so you'll see a lot of celebrities.
With Timbaland?
Naima Supreme is with Timbaland. She's under Timbaland.
When do it come on?
It comes on Tuesday at 9:00 on Oxygen. I don't know what they should pay us.
Yeah, how y'all feel about that network though? Because normally
it's strange.
It's strange because I would think it would be on like a VH1.
Yeah.
And it would get a lot more press. A lot of people don't. I know for me, I don't really go past channel 75. You know what I'm saying? Oxygen is
Oxygen has the Braxtons, right?
Yeah, they do.
Oxygen also has Preachers of LA.
Brax is on Wii.
Okay, they on Wii.
I think Oxygen has the Bad Girls Club.
No, the Bad Girls.
They got Bad Girls and Preachers.
And Preachers of LA.
Okay.
So I guess they're trying to build this kind of urban reality TV show that everybody is tapping into. Audience that
I'm just still surprised about the network because T.I. is producing the show, and the thing is, T.I. has a deal with VH1.
Wow.
And I'm surprised. Yeah.
Wow.
Family Hustle and all that. So I'm surprised, and that's how he got Tiny the show.
Right.
So I'm very surprised that he didn't go through nothing.
Yeah. Well, hey, whatever works. I guess they probably fished it around the different networks, right. And this is the one that picked them up. So,
yeah. But another topic we was talking about because we gonna roll on along.
Yeah.
But Denzel Washington, his rep released a statement saying that he's in detox right now because and he does this every summer. He does this every summer. He parties so hard that in the month of August he has to slow it down.
All right, that's cool.
And I'm surprised with social media and phones that don't nobody got like no. A video of him, a picture. Nothing like falling out of the club. But Denzel got so much money, he probably
could. OG, yeah.
He probably could rent his own club and tell everybody to toss their cell phones in the box.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he got so much money.
He's like an OG, so.
OG. Yeah. If he told me to do it, I'd do it.
Right. Hey. You can party with Denzel for a night when you put your phone in this box.
Right.
Put your phone in the box.
That's going to voicemail.
Right.
Party.
That's party.
So when they say party, do they mean like he's just Patron sipping, or is he
sound like drugs?
Party, yeah.
The way you're saying it is like a little bit more than that. And he goes heavy and hard.
It could be. He could be a drunk, but you know how media play it out. When they say party, that means coke and everything.
Like a rock star.
Like he got enough money to afford it. He got enough money to afford your rehab, and I think it's one of the cases where I think it should be okay. If you got,
he got so much money. If he want to let his head down, do it.
Yeah, I think you can afford it for rehab and not hurt anybody else. I say go ahead, go for it.
I say go for it.
That's all right, Denzel. Do your thing.
Now, if you got a regular job and you paying regular bills and stuff like that, I don't think
drugs
right for you.
What?
Hey, yo.
No, I think if you can afford it, just go. I mean, I'm for legalization of drugs. I think you can do whatever you want anyway.
Right.
Not even if you just a celebrity.
I agree. I agree with that.
But long as you're not driving a bus or like flying an airplane.
No doubt. Or flying an airplane. Very important.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, Shelby just sent the telegram to me.
What's up? A telegram? Damn.
A telegram?
Y'all big shot.
Did they send a horse?
Well, Pony Express.
I went back in time. But
I just like the word telegram. I've always liked that word.
I like it too.
It's just a message. Anyway, all she said was she wants us to announce that Christina Aguileira gave birth to a baby girl yesterday.
Oh, congratulations.
And she's also in W Magazine doing a pregnant shoot with her fiance. And she said the pics are very sexy.
Sexy pregnancy pictures.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I never liked
that. That could go right around.
Wow. Thanks for mentioning that, Shelby. I don't think. No.
I think it's sexy for the people who's in a relationship.
Yeah.
Right.
It's for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not
Y'all would go to a house. Y'all would go to like a friend's house, like a couple house, and they got like they just had a baby and they been wanting a baby for so long. They got their pictures, and then the pregnant lady, she got her pregnant picture.
And they hold his belly.
Right.
Belly.
And you like,
It's only sexy to them.
Okay, well, see, that's different. I guess what you're saying is maternity pictures, but from what y'all be saying, these are sexy, like, pornographic, maybe not necessarily pornographic, but maybe adult, mature type of pregnancy pictures, which is really
tasteful adult pictures.
Tasteful adult pregnancy pictures. That's wow. But they are grown. They made the baby, so I guess they want to take the pictures. They can take the pictures. Yeah, right. I don't want to see them. That's cool with y'all. I mean, I don't mind too much the artistic pregnancy, maternity pictures. Like you said, that's all. But if you're sexy, I don't want to see.
Right.
But yeah, hey, do you, Christina?
What last thing Shelby wanted me to mention is that Beyonce is being sued by this chick that says she was the mom.
Here we go, right?
The surrogate.
Yeah, she was the surrogate. Well, why are we doing this?
Oh no, I don't know. So okay, so this chick is saying that she really.
Oh, please.
So Blue was supposed to be carried by somebody else.
Some other
So
mom.
this woman is coming over. Who is this woman? Why is she?
Some random ghetto shit.
See, and Beyonce picked her. Really?
Just guys, just that. That don't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just okay.
And now
your ass down.
And since then, I mean,
Your ass
Twitter,
down.
Black Twitter, you know, y'all go up. So since then, Beyonce posted like pictures of them out at a go-kart racing. It turned into like poetry. I mean, the whole thing, but they not together in the pictures at all. It's like Jay-Z walking away, or walking this way, like the concession stand. And Beyonce just on her own, like taking a sexy picture. And they saying, well, y'all still not together. You know what I mean? That's what Black Twitter
She need to stop feeding to with a sex.
just
feed it to her.
Don't feed into that pool. You know what I mean?
So she hasn't really found for divorce like you.
At all. And then the word on the street is that she's going to announce it at the MTV Youth Awards.
No.
Don't really
No.
They are together forever.
I don't know if they forget together forever. Right. I don't think she's gonna drop that news at no damn.
Who would she go to if she left him?
They are breaking up.
Yeah, who would she go to? I mean, she announced her pregnancy, good.
Yeah, but that's totally different.
Right, yeah.
That's not like devastating sad. That's like, like you just said,
Right.
So they don't have an album coming out together. Like, you know what I'm saying?
all of these rumors. Let's just get off the Carters.
Delete the Carters alone.
Get off the Carters, y'all.
Well, it's been a great show,
This
y'all.
has been a wonderful
This was
show.
fun.
Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for Frankie Jones for stopping in. Everybody check out Child Support, y'all. FrankieJonesMovies.com.
I have a question. This one more time before we go. Question of the week. With in the movies, who was the best dressed? Okay, I'm gonna give y'all 4 options. It's John Shaft from Shaft, Birdie from Above the Rim, Sam Rothstein from Casino, and Detective James Carter from Rush Hour.
What the hell? Oh my goodness. Thanks for tuning into the Cool Energy Show, y'all.
Y'all online. Shut. Put on who y'all think was the best. Last week, who won last week? Was it Cleo?
They all won. They all won and they all lost. They died in the end. They died in the end.
Hey, yo, tune in next week, man. We got more shows coming up, hot topics, and all of that good shit. Stuff.
Later.
Keep it locked. Cool Energy.
Peace.